BGSU's Theater and Film Department is putting on perhaps the most controversial musical of the last decade. Joining Madeline Fenning in the studio right now is one of the cast members from the show. Madeline?
Thank you, Parminder. I'm sitting here with Greg Grimes, who is in Spring Awakening here at BGSU. Greg, thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Madeline.
So maybe for our viewers who aren't familiar with the show, what can you tell us about Spring Awakening?
Well, Spring Awakening, the musical, is adapted from a play written in 1891 by playwright Frank Wedekind. And the play explores many controversial issues revolving around 13 or 15 students in provincial Germany during that time. Now, the musical has been adapted by lyricist Stephen Stater and composer Duncan Sheik, and follows the same students through these issues such as abortion, teenage pregnancy, depression, suicide, those types of things. And it still has that, those scenes where they're set in Germany during that time period, but then there is a big juxtaposition when the characters are then thrust into a contemporary indie-infused rock song. Which really lets out their inner thoughts and their feelings about what they're going through.
Very interesting. I know that the play definitely heavily criticizes the sexually oppressive turn-of-the-century Germany, but there, like you said, there are other themes that we experience here. Now, what character do you play?
I play a character named Moritz.
Very nice. So what sort of issues does your character deal with?
Well, he's one of the more troubled characters in the show. He struggles a lot with anxiety, a lot with pressures in school and from his parents to be a successful student. And then he also struggles with his own sexual crisis. He's going through puberty, he's 15 years old, and he doesn't get it. And it really, all these changes that are happening in his body really freak him out. And so he turns to one of his best friends for advice, and from there it kind of sets him off on a different journey.
Very interesting. I know a lot of people consider this, the older play and musical to be, pretty controversial, just due to the content. Yeah. But what do you think as far as the impact that it makes on an audience? Do you think that despite the, the content and how controversial that it can be, do you still think that it's a message that's worth delivering, especially maybe to an audience like here at BGSU?
Oh, definitely. One of the praises that the musical received when it came out in 2007 was that it was so relatable to everything that's going on now. All these issues, even more so now, they're still going on, and people are still struggling with depression and suicide and pregnancy. And I think it's something that, even though a lot of college students on campus have, gone through puberty and we're past that point of our lives, it's still something that we can really take a step back and reflect on our own experiences with, excuse me. And it provides a really good piece of entertainment as well.
How does it feel personally to be involved in such a socially impactful musical? I mean, how does that feel to be not only get a lead in such an awesome show, but to to do it here at BGSU? Like, how does that feel to you, especially with the opening weekend approaching? It's
kind of surreal. I mean, I've been a big fan of the show. I was in New York on a family trip when it was just opening on Broadway. And I remember thinking, oh, this looks really interesting, and not really thinking too much about it. But then as the show won more awards and as I did more research into it, it was just something that I really fell in love with. And the music is hauntingly beautiful. It is so memorable. But this character specifically is one that I've always wanted to play. And it's something that I've studied over the past couple years. So it really is a surreal experience getting to do it this year.
Well, wow, well, congratulations on your leading role, and we'll be definitely looking out to see how well the show does this weekend. And good luck to you and the rest of the cast.
Thank you
for joining us here tonight.